Hi guys! Jidel live here for the last week. Next week we are being rebranded to JDL. You guys wanted that on Twitter. It's just cleaner. It's kind of like the 2K vibe. We got Christopher London, LSK, Jesser, JSR, and soon we will be JDL. But for now we're still Jidel live, and I am live. Lee, kind of lively, not that lively. I have some coffee, but today I'm going to be approving the most extreme rule changes in all of NBA 2K. Every single one. It's probably going to take us multiple off seasons to do it, and we're going to see just how weird the NBA gets. So first rule change, the lottery. I guess the most way to do the lottery is team odds are based on rule standings. That was not a very excited one to get us starting. Standings, there's only one type of rule change. Division winners get the top 3 playoff seeds based on record. That would be a giant rule change, so we're doing it. Wait, there's more lottery ones? I'm so confused how this works. I'm going to change this to a non-lottery one and see what happens. All-Star. We have a lot of choices. Only 10 players, 11, 13 vote getters, and then Rising Star changes. Honestly, this doesn't matter. I might not even worry about that. Shot clock. We can eliminate the shot clock. Decrease the shot clock to 20 seconds, change it to 30 seconds, 35, 45. I think the most extreme thing would be eliminating it, so we're gonna go with that. All right, back to the lottery. The most extreme thing is the draft order of all lottery teams will be decided by an elimination tournament. Remaining picks are determined by team record. We are doing that. That is definitely approved. Single elimination tournament, that's epic. I'm really curious to see how that gets implemented, so let's do that. Lane violation, that's not too exciting. We got some more exciting things here. The bonus. Well, the most extreme thing would be a 1+1 bonus, because I think that just completely changes the way the game is played. So we're going to go with that. I personally view that as the most extreme. Trades. Abolish the trade deadline. Well, we actually have a lot. So next offseason, we're going to pretty much have to do all the trade ones. So what's super extreme? Sudden death overtime is pretty extreme, but we're going to abolish the salary cap because we're in the offseason to start, and that'll make free agency absolutely crazy. Those are the rule changes. They're all approved. Draft lottery. I guess there's one final lottery before this big tournament, and the Pelicans, who I actually am, won the #1 pick. So the reason I did the Pelicans is because I just wanted to have Zion on my team. That literally was the reason. So I'm just going to pick Zion. He's a stud. That does not look like Ja Morant. Timmy Cassell. That looks like Ja. Is there 2 Ja Morants? Did 2K glitch? I'm using 2K's official draft class. There's an imposter Zion named Damone Leonard. And there's an imposter Ja Morant named Timmy Cassell. What is this? Well, I guess since there is no salary cap, it's time to go after all the big free agents. Now, I don't know why Kawhi Leonard would want to sign with the Pelicans, but there's no more salary cap. So there you go, Kawhi. Kevin Durant, welcome to the Pelicans. Kyrie Irving, there's no reason not to offer a contract to everybody. None of them wanted to sign with me. Okay, well, Jimmy Butler, there's no reason to not go for him. Kemba Walker, I mean, I don't know if the Pelicans team franchise has enough money to offer everyone this much money. I'll be honest, but I don't care because this isn't the real Pelicans. This is the fantasy Pelicans, and that's a big contract for Tobias Harris, who agreed to this hilariously oversized contract. All right, I'm just going to let it sim. We got to go to the season and see how our rule changes have gone into effect. All right, so we have abolished the salary cap. We've enacted the 1+1, added a tournament for the draft lottery. The division winners are going to get the top 3 seeds in the conference, and we eliminated the shot clock. I think this season is going to be kind of crazy. I think the scoring will be very little. And James Harden and Kevin Durant and Jimmy Butler all teamed up on the Rockets with Chris Paul and Clint Capella, so they kind of have a super team. Something to keep our eyes on here. The Lakers signed Vucevic and Whiteside and kept Lonzo and Ingram. Okay, that's an interesting development. Where did Kawhi Leonard go? Kawhi Leonard went to the Pacers with Oladipo and Chris Middleton. Okay, interesting stuff. All right, so I don't know where this tournament is. I'm wondering if it's at the end of the season. I'm going to sim through date. I don't know what's going to happen. So the scores of the games hasn't changed much without the shot clock going away. Very interesting. I guess teams are just used to that kind of pace of play. I'm not sure. So Harden won MVP. Playing with Durant and Butler and all those other stars, Chris Paul too. Davis, Defensive Player of the Year. What team is this man Anthony Davis on? The Pelicans? Oh, I still have Anthony Davis. No wonder why we did so good. I mean, it doesn't seem like the elimination of the shot clock really changed much. We actually did have the 4th best record, still ended up with that 4th seed. The Rockets won our division. I guess the 3 division winners ended up just winning the 3 most games anyway. In the East, Philly and Indiana are in the same division, and Indiana did get the 4th seed despite having the 3rd best record. Okay, so that tiebreaker is now in place. Is there a way I can see this lottery tournament? Where is the lottery tournament? I'm more excited for that than the actual playoffs. If they had an actual lottery tournament, that would actually be like, hear me out. I think it would actually be a great idea because teams wouldn't tank. There would be no reason to tank. Every team would want to be as competitive as possible. Well, obviously the Super Rockets won the championship. Durant was finals MVP. So Rhodes the #1 pick. Teams battle it out in an elimination tournament for the ultimate prize, the #1 pick. Oh, this is exciting. This is actually really cool. So these teams get buys, the best 2 records. Really doesn't incentivize you to tank. Okay, so let's simulate the round. Oh, just wins and losses. That's it. I kind of wish we were a lottery team. I feel like this would be so much fun. And the Wizards are going to get the #1 pick. Well-earned, Washington. You beat the Heat, the Blazers, and the Mavericks. Man, if the Mavericks got the #1 pick with Luka on their team, that'd be a little unfair. All right, time to enact some more rule changes. Trades. We're going to abolish the trade deadline so people can just trade during the playoffs if they so choose. You know, we're going to have to change something about trading too. You know, we're going to have to make it so there's no more restrictions on financials. You can just trade whoever for whatever. Eliminate the foul out rule. So now you can just hack people. Sudden death overtime. That's a no-brainer. That is an extreme change. We absolutely need it. All right, we're also going to now just reseed everyone 1 to 16. I don't know how that works with the division winners, so I'm curious to see what's going to happen there. All right, well, I got to go for Anthony Davis. Got to bring him back to New Orleans. Look at my cap space, nearly $1 billion. I don't know how that's possible. You know, Ben Simmons, whatever you want, Ben. Ben, Zion, and I don't know about that fit, but we're doing it anyway. Siakam. You know, I love me some Pascal Siakam. If Siakam wants to come, Ben and Davis left. And I didn't end up with Siakam either because it got matched. All right, so I need to find a way to get rid of restricted free agents. That's a big one. Draymond Green, I'm going all out. Andre Drummond, going all out. I don't think you're actually, good enough to be a 90 overall, but the game thinks you are. I'm offering Buddy Hield the max. Well, I got Draymond and Buddy Hield, so I got myself a squad here. I'm not really keeping up with my Pelicans team, but, if I happen to win the championship in this weird Bizarro world, that'd be okay. I got Tobias, Zion, Draymond, Drew, Hield, Chuck Diallo. I got Christian Wood. I always sign this guy. All right, here we go. To the next season, we go. So now the top 8 teams are seeded 1 to 16. Overtime is sudden death. Players can no longer foul out. Salaries are not meant to match anymore. And there's no more trade deadlines. You can trade in the playoffs. We have no more salary cap. Let's see if this season, a lot of the rules we changed, I don't think are going to change a lot of the scores of the game. But if we make the playoffs again, I am going to try and just trade. Anthony Davis, who left my Pelicans, he won the MVP. And because he left my team, I'm overriding this. And I'm going to formally give the MVP to... Let's give it to Blake. I've always been a fan of Blake Griffin, so I'm just going to give him an MVP. Why not? It's just an MVP. Not a big deal. All right, so we did not make the playoffs. The 16 seed is the Miami Heat. They got Roderick Williamson, Alonzo Trier, Josh Richardson, Kid Gilchrist, and Cantor. So this is not a great playoff team. And honestly, the fact that they're starting Cantor over Bam is disgusting. I'm a Heat fan. Why can I not trade? 2K, I thought we abolished the trade deadline. Well, all right, I've learned my lesson. Next year, the day before the season ends, I'll trade my best players to the 16 seed if I don't make the playoffs. So are the division winners the top 6 seeds? How do those rules come into play? Blazers, I do not believe are in the same division as the Warriors or the Rockets. Celtics and the Sixers are in the same division, and the Sixers are the 3 seed. Celtics are the 1 seed. So that rule pretty much got abolished. We had to know. We had to know how they interacted with each other. The game isn't very clear about what happens when you pass... Wait, what happens if I pass a rule in the offseason that conflicts with another rule? We've just opened a Pandora's box of possibilities. Davis won the MVP of the finals. Good for you, Anthony Davis. But we have a super team. We're actually the 9th seed. And we're going to get the #1 pick in the road to #1. The Toronto Raptors ain't got anything on us. That's right. Zion is going to power us to the #1 pick in the draft. Charlotte can't take us. Oh, the Spurs. The Spurs have the #1 pick! Maybe I don't like this rule anymore. Back to league meetings. Oh, yes. Modify the goaltending rule such that once the ball hits the rim, Players can legally make plays on the ball. Is there any other way? Is there a more extreme version of goaltending? Eliminate the goaltending rule. Oh, we are approving that. Yes, sir. We are eliminating goaltending. Let's try to do a lot of gameplay stuff now. I feel like that's what we should be doing. Let's eliminate the 8-second violation. With no shot clock, that could be dangerous. Let's get rid of the backcourt violation. Automatic points will now be granted on shooting fouls. No free throws will take place. I'm curious how that affects the stats, so I'm going to approve that one too. We're going to eliminate the 5-second back to the basket as well. Proving everything there. Time for free agency. I'm going to throw all the money I have at all the big dogs. Hopefully this time they actually say yes to me. They have not been nice to the city of New Orleans so far in this rebuild. I've offered a max to Giannis, to Paul George, to Damian Lillard. Ooh, Damian Lillard and Zion would be a fun combo. I'm just putting that out there. And none of them signed with us. One of them signed with the Celtics. All right, the Celtics now have Giannis, Anthony Davis, Tatum, Drummond, Kemba, Smart. This team is disgusting. I don't like this team. All right, Pelicans, this is our year. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here on April 19th. We are 38-43. We're right outside the playoffs. Not enough games to make it. So the Chicago Bulls, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Spurs. So the Spurs knocked us out of the #1 pick. Not going to give them my guys. Cleveland, this is for you. I am proposing a trade. I shall give Zion Williamson, Draymond Green, and Tobias Harris. In exchange, we ask for the Wizards' 2nd-round pick. And we would like for it to be unprotected. Because of roster rules, Cleveland, we also demand Malachi Richardson, Dexter Lynch, and that is it. Cleveland, if you win the title, you must give the trophy to New Orleans every other year for us to keep. We have supercharged the Cavs, so Harden won MVP. You know, we haven't really looked at people's stats. Let's just recap really quick what we've changed. So this year we got rid of the 5-second back to the basket. Should make post players better. I feel like that never gets called in the NBA. I swear every single NBA game I watch a lot of Laker games, for example. I swear LeBron is over 5 seconds damn near every time, but I don't know. I feel like that rule doesn't really exist in real life. Moving on, the automatic points for Zion, I feel like that's a huge one. He draws a ton of fouls and is not the greatest free throw shooter. That's good for Ben Simmons, for LeBron too. Anyone who can really attack the basket. Backcourt violations. I feel like these are all big men helping rules, so let's see how that affected the stats. League leader was D'Angelo Russell in scoring. Curry, Harden, Lillard. So I was completely wrong. There's like no big men here. Damian Leonard, the fake Zion. Giannis' stuff went down. I mean, honestly, no one's stats are really... Nothing's crazy. You'd expect with no shot clock for the stats to be really low, but they're all kind of normal other than D'Angelo leading the league in damn near everything. So there still is a free throw percentage, even though we have a rule that just says you just get straight points for it. Automatic points will be granted on shooting fouls, no free throws. Oh, so just shooting fouls. You can still get free throws if you go into the bonus, I guess. So Cleveland is the 15 seed. Come on, Cleveland. I have supercharged your team, and you're gonna get swept. No? Cleveland! What the heck? Oh, I forgot they're going against the Celtics, who are a goddamn super team. And the Cavs were giving Jordan Clarkson 28 minutes a game when I gave them Harris and Zion. And Draymond Green. They gave Draymond 19 minutes? Okay, it's not like Draymond Green is trash. He's an 85 overall. He's better than Clarkson. The Cavs without LeBron are the definition of ineptitude. And that's facts. All right, Harden's won MVP. The Celtics and Rockets are overpowered. Road to #1 pick. It'd be a miracle if we win now that I literally traded all of our best players. We're out. Interestingly enough, it actually gives a bye to the worst team, it looks like. Yeah, the worst team gets a bye. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Like, you got to give them a chance to get the #1 pick. Okay, I'm cool with that. Didn't notice that at first, but all right, that's interesting. League meetings. The only thing I'm going to change this offseason, because we've pretty much done all the major ones, is I'm now going to change the shot clock to 20 seconds. I want to see some crazy stats. So the 20-second shot clock is now in effect. This will be the last season we sim with the crazy rules. Davis was the MVP. The stats aren't that crazy though. 19 or 29, 11 and a half, 4.4. He is playing on a stacked Celtics team. He's got to share the load a little bit. So I'm expecting some crazy numbers. League leader, 34.8 points per game, Stephen Curry. The fake Ja Morant. Nothing too crazy here. I mean, 17 rebounds a game is crazy, but it's not like kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? Look at Capella's rating, 91 overall. This is why I turn down progression in my rebuilds. This game just overrates literally every single player in the NBA, I feel like. Okay, assists. Anyone got some crazy assist numbers? Ja Morant, the real Ja, and the fake Ja are up there. So if we approved every single rule change in the NBA, it doesn't really seem like that much would honestly change. Except for points per game. Because the worst team is averaging 129 points. And the worst defense is allowing 148. The best offense is scoring 154 points a game. So other than the shot clock, it doesn't seem like 2K thinks that would change a lot. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of my rule changes that I think 2K should add to the game. And also, what rule changes do you think 2K should add to the game? I think the court dimensions ones would be really fun. Because if they put that in the game, man, they could do that on my team. We could do a my team weekend where the 3 is deeper or it's gone. I don't know. They could add it to all the different modes. You know, at the park, have a special park event. They already do that with like the Ruffles Ridge. But you know, they just play with the court dimensions. I think that'd be fun for the other modes and this mode. So yeah, let me know what your ideas are, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day. Peace!